speaking here, I am intruding on your national affairs. It's very kind of you to allow me to make some suggestions for which I come because I feel necessary to express the things that I have inside my mind with regard to the necessity for humanity to return to real money. Somehow the world must return to real money. We have had, what, a century since the gold standard was abandoned, and you look at the condition, it is in total bankruptcy. Now, I don't see anywhere in the world a leadership that can rival the quality of the present president. I think he is the greatest world leader, the only real world leader. Perhaps this idea percolating up through different channels will perhaps obtain some results. I have a project for Russia which I think would result in rather amazing results for Europe and to the world. Because I think that the interest of the world today is aligned with the interest of the Eurasian. It is no longer the United States that is the model of the world. That model, unfortunately, the United States adopted on great principles, abandoned those principles, and is no longer fit as a model or as an example of the way a country should be. And I think that silver is indispensable, and I would like you to imagine. I would like you to imagine how Russia would be regarded by the rest of Europe. If all of a sudden Russia should come up with a silver rule, I mean, imagine the impact upon the Germans, the Dutch, the Belgians, the French, the Italians, the Greeks, the Spanish. Imagine the British themselves of having once again real money. That would be an impact of enormous geopolitical significance. Because people would turn and say, I don't want paper dog. No, I want some Russian rubles because they're silver. And now, we're trying, together with China, to form the Eurasian Union. I think that a sound currency, a metallic currency of silver and or gold is indispensable and will be the most important factor in bringing about the union. The monetary system. Let's remember Rome, the Roman Empire, one of the great advantages that it brought to the Mediterranean world was a uniform currency, the Roman denarius. That's a factor of union. And it was the time of greatest prosperity of the Roman Empire was when the denarius circulated from England to Egypt. And so I have a severe inflation during World War II. And at the end of the World War II, the price of silver in pesos went up, so that it was no longer possible to mint a 1 peso coin, because the value of the silver in the 1 peso coin was more than 1 peso. So it was impossible to mint a 1 peso coin, because it was returning more silver of a great value into a lesser value as money. It wouldn't work. What happened then was that the banks, the banking system of Mexico, collected all these pesos, which were now worth more than 1 peso, and they were melted down for the profit. So today we still have some pesos which people have kept, but they're no longer used as money. By the way, I bought some recently, and to give you an idea of the inflation that we've had, the cost of those coins today would be 142,000 pesos. Of the original pesos, when that peso was minted, now it would take 142,000 pesos to buy one of those coins. That only costs 142 pesos because we took 3 zeros off our currency. I hope I'm being understood. Therefore, in order to have a silver money in circulation, we need to have a coin with no engraved value. It must have a floating value. And I have a plan for a floating value. Supposing this is my plan. I would have to explain it to you. It would take some few minutes to explain it to you, but the idea is to have a floating value. This coin, for instance, this is a half ounce. This coin could circulate today with a price of about 700 rubles. 700 rubles would be the price at which this coin would circulate. And if the price of silver goes up, the value of the monetary value of the coin will rise. If the value of silver falls, the coin would not fall in value. In other words, this is a coin which can only go up in order not to be melted down, but cannot. The value will not go down. I think that this coin could serve you indefinitely for savings. I think the population would love to have these coins for their savings. And savings is very important. It's important psychologically. It's most important psychologically for people to feel that their savings are in their possession and protected. And Russia can do that. Russia can show the world what a good government can do. And I think your government is capable of seeing that this measure of generosity, of love for the population, to give them real money, this is an act of love for the population. And it's not something that can be justified with studies, but the most important thing is to have the love for the people, to want to give them real money for their savings. And I think that, remember how your ruler, Nicholas II, I'm sure he loved the Russian people, and I think he knew the Russian people loved him too. And that is something, love expressions of government for the people. I love. What's it? There's an economic study. Not love. I'm not against economic studies, but I think that it's important to have that those who are in government have that sentiment of love for the people, and not simply of plans written out, dry plans of calculations of whether this will be profitable, whether it will not become convenient, and disregarding the fundamental idea that there must be a love for the population. Well, gentlemen, I won't take any more of your time. This is what I've had to say. I wish I could go into more detail to show you how this coin could be maintained in circulation. The main thing, it will stay in circulation and not be pushed out of circulation by rises in the price of silver. Gentlemen, thank you.